Hi guys, I am Dave in real life and welcome to today's Unmissable. Yes, this is a Smackdown recap. Last night's Smackdown was better than it has been in recent weeks. It was like the penultimate European tour date. Yes, we have got Monday Night Raw, which is also coming from London. But yeah, felt like this show was well paced for a change. Yeah, we have complained about SmackDown in the last couple of weeks, not quite hitting the mark, but this one really did hit the mark. Plenty of little talking points, nothing massive to really get our teeth into, but there was a massive ending, which we will get to in a little while. The show started off with Cody Rhodes, and it looked like, to be quite honest with you, the show was a bit of a sing-along. In fact, we commented on it in the chat that we was going to turn this from a watch-along to a sing-along. Yeah, honestly, the UK crowd actually did bring it massively. Chanting Cody's name, chanting throughout the night. Obviously, the opening segment saw Cody come out. He tried to cut a promo before he got interrupted by Randy Orton, which just set the fans off again, singing along to his theme tune. Like I say, this turned into a bit of a sing-along. But then Randy Orton literally gave Cody his flowers. It looked like Cody actually choked up a little bit in the ring. But yeah, Randy was really selling it hard how much from the early days of being under his wing in Legacy, how it took the balls, basically, of Cody to leave the company, to really find himself, and then come back and dominate the way that he has done. And it was a very humbling moment from Randy Orton, but he did state that, all that being said, if I do ring Kevin Owens and you do retain at WrestleMania, I'm coming for your title. So, yeah, a future title opportunity maybe for Randy Orton. This brought out Drew McIntyre, who was like, whoa, mate, get to the back of the line, I'm next. How do you just waltz in after being injured and expect to get a title shot? After I've disposed of the eyeline wearing emo freak, the Timu Taker, I am going to go after the title as well. So it looked like we've got some title contenders. Basically, there was a bit of back and forth. Randy tried to get an RKO onto Drew. Drew retreated. We will get a match later on in the show between these two, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. It's just a good little opening segment. We don't see Cody again for the rest of the show, though. I think he might have been in a dark match. I don't know if that's confirmed, but yeah, this segment just flew by. A bit of flowers presented to Cody, but then we got that match between Drew and Randy Orton to look forward to. Then we go on to our first match of the night, which was Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Street Profits retained. Actually, they retained clean. Obviously, we've been seeing lots of involvement from the other tag teams like Motor City Machine Guns, Los Garza. They're all getting involved. But no, this match actually ended up clean for a change. And yeah, the Street retained the Tag Team Championship, which literally to no surprise to anyone, because no title has changed hands on this European tour whatsoever. So looks like that is going to remain the same. We do go on to another tag team match, and oh my god, we haven't seen these two in ages. Have they been partying all this time? And that is Katana Chance and Caden Carter. I want to call these the hype girls. We've had the hype bros before. Now these are the hype girls, right? They took on the Secret Service. Obviously, there were a little bit of a backstage thing with Selena Vega talking to Katana Chance and Carter, which would get interrupted by the Secret Service and, of course, Chelsea Green, which would then allude to a match in which the Secret Service won. Yeah, they did beat Chance and Carter. A little bit of help from Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green then started to beat up on the Hype Girls, and that did bring out Selena Vega, who these just fun little moments, but ultimately it would be the Secret Service what would stand victorious over the entire section with Vega down at the end. We did get quite a few backstage stuff. We'll talk about it now rather than try and insert it into the matches. We had a really brilliant Naomi promo, really insightful, pretty much talking about how she was an inspiration to Bianca, that her friendship was bigger, stronger than anything that Jade had, that Jade just inserted herself in. So she was pretty angry at Bianca, and even more so with Jade, which would allude to an interference later on. We'll get to that. Rey Fenix is coming to SmackDown next week. He will make his debut. Video package. It left nothing to the imagination. We just got the big reveal that Rey Fenix is coming. We knew that he had signed officially just during this past week. So yeah, that was made official. We've got another Aleister Black tease. A little bit more visual, actually. Snakes, though. Don't quite know what snakes have got to do with it. But anyway, we got a little bit more of a reveal. I feel like a reveal for him is coming very, very soon. So yeah, some exciting backstage stuff there. What we got our teeth into. LA Knight versus Braun Strowman for the US Championship was their first solo match of the night. No contest though. This did end up with both Strowman and LA Knight getting beaten up by a Jacob Fatu who was gone rogue. He came down to the ring attacking Braun Strowman mid-charge, and then obviously tried to put them through the tables, and there was hip attacks, loads of hip attacks, and Samoan drop, which took out LA Knight, and then obviously the moonsaults from Jacob Fatu took out Braun Strowman yet again. Looks like they are going to be on a collision course again in the near future. We cut to backstage where Solo and Tama were not happy with Jacob. Jacob said, look, I'm bringing back the US title to our family, and I'm doing it without you. So he's made it very clear what he wants to achieve and how he's going to do it, which does leave that little bit of a question mark. Are they doing Solo Jacob at WrestleMania 41? Maybe they need to start quickening this up, in my opinion. But we had little teasers of dissension between the group. It feels like Jacob is not playing ball with Solo. So just watch this space on this one, I think. But hopefully we get to that match, because I think we're all wanting Solo versus Jacob. We do get to Charlotte Flair versus Meechin. Meechin comes out with B-Fab. Little bit before we saw Jade having a bit of an interaction with B-Fab and Meechin. Obviously they get to the ring. Oh and behold, we talked about Naomi earlier. She pops up, beats up B-Fab and Meechin. B-Fab actually gets thrown into the announce desk and looks like she seriously gets injured. Kayfabe injured, but injured nonetheless. Which brings Jade Cargill out to make the save. Naomi not wanting any of that hightails out of there. Leaving Jade to take B-Fab back to the dressing room. We do have an interesting moment, though, where Jade Cargill with B-Fab as Charlotte Flair comes out, because Charlotte Flair was facing Meechin. Oh, there's a lovely little face-off, which is a callback to when Jade first came into WWE, when they were showing her off. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. A future contest between them two is what... Oh, it's mouth-watering. Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill. Yes, please. But anyway, Charlotte took advantage of Meechin being beaten up by Naomi. actually, Meechin did put up quite a resistance and actually did look like she could have beaten Charlotte Flair. I mean, it did take just the right positioning from Charlotte just to get her foot on the bottom rope early in the late on in the match. Charlotte did win the match, hitting the natural selection and then putting on the figure of 8. So Charlotte Flair did win that match. Which was a bit all over the place, I'm not going to lie, but still down for that. Then we've got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, which we saw made at the start of the show. This was pretty good. Good little match. Randy Orton and Drew, great chemistry together. Looked like Randy Orton was going to get the victory. But then Kevin Owens came out and distracted him, which allowed the Claymore, boom, to get the 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre really happy with himself, especially when he was leaving the arena. It's like, I take advantage of all the situations. I'm all about just the win. And he goes to leave the exit, and behind there is Damian Priest, the emo highlining wearing emo. And there he ends up. They have a battle backstage. A poor old bloody driver gets thrown through a table, and this car gets absolutely destroyed as Damian Priest puts Drew McIntyre through the windscreen of a car. Absolutely epic move. And it even made CM Punk laugh, as we see him later coming down to the ring, or walking with security past the situation and having a little snigger to himself as he saw Drew being helped by paramedics and all of that alike. We do get another match just before the contract signing, and that is Jimmy Uso against The Miz. Jimmy Uso picking up a victory. Really starting to hype that big match that he has got on Monday night with Gunter. I mean, before this, we had a little bit of a backstage segment where The Miz and Camilla Hayes were trying to rile Jimmy Uso, but obviously Jimmy gets the last laugh. Then we go to the night's main event, which was the contract signing. Roman Reigns coming out first, and we had Seth all signing the contract. And then CM Punk joined in, and rather than just sign the contract like the other two had, he's rifling through the contract, searching for something. We saw him allude to this on Monday night. And he was looking for a special stipulation. Paul Heyman just was told by the wise man, by the tribal chief, to go up and just get it out of the way because they're just wasting a lot of time. So Paul Heyman gets down on his knee in front of CM Punk, and you've got your wish. You've got your dream. You are going to be a main eventer. And honestly, I don't know if CM Punk knew about this, but there was tears, literally tears. There was a little lovely moment where Paul Heyman grabs CM Punk's head, gives him a little kiss. And it was really quite heartwarming. And I really was into that moment. But then Seth is absolutely losing his mind. Seth didn't want this. He didn't want CM Punk to be main event. He never wants him to have that status because he thinks he doesn't deserve it. And it was he got really, really upset really, really quickly in a different kind of way to CM Punk. But CM Punk would then have to grovel a little bit to Roman. Roman said, look, I mean, you've got your dream and it's all thanks to me. And your favour with Paul Heyman, you're welcome. Now, I want you to do it the right way. I want you to thank me the right way. So CM Punk does. He acknowledges Roman. But just to end the show with a little bit of spice, he's just turned around and said, well, thank you for giving me main event, but that's not the favour. So Paul Heyman still owes CM Punk a favour. That is massive, because now we're still speculating on what that will be. What does that entail at WrestleMania? does that mean that he wants the services of Paul Heyman? Or if Paul Heyman got to do something for CM Punk, which allows CM Punk to win said main event? I don't know. This is still a big, massive question coming out of SmackDown, and this is why we love it. This is what really made the show, that we had this big moment where CM Punk finally gets main event, but then there's something else to come later, and what that something else is the favour that Paul Heyman holds. CM Punk is still playing a very pivotal part of this main event match. So yeah, honestly, all in all, the show was really, really good. Lots of talking points, lots of stuff went down. Lots of interesting things for the future as well. Charlotte Flair and Jade, maybe getting Solo versus Jacob Fatu. I don't know. There's lots of different things going off, and it was a really good show. Gave it a 7.5 on the night, and yeah, more of the same from this. We are in Chicago next week, SmackDown, so that's the hometown of CM Punk. So that's probably where things are going to seriously go down. Maybe we find out a little bit more about the favour that Paul Heyman owes CM Punk next week. But yeah, matches for next week is BFAB taking on Naomi after that attack. That's the only match that's been scheduled for next week so far. All I can say is I assume that CM Punk will definitely be on that show, with it being in Chicago. So yeah, next stop is Monday Night Raw in London. Won't be able to do the live watch along for that, to be honest. We will be back though next week with another edition of Evolve, as it's a bit of a slower week. Just due to my work commitments, but we will find some other stuff to do, of course. So yeah, make sure you join me for night 2 of WrestleMania 36 on Sunday, the retro watch along. Yeah, where we'll just go through all of the good stuff that was in the middle of the pandemic, and of course that Firefly Funhouse match between John Cena and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt predicting the future. Who would have thought it? Hey. Anyway, I digress. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown last night in the comment section below. I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time, bye for now. And just to leave, because I actually forgot, silly me, Peter, Lewis Capaldi was in the audience, which is a Scottish singer. Right, we just did Raw in Glasgow. And there was no Glaswegian superstar celebrities in that crowd, unless you baby reindeer guy Scottish, I don't know. But yeah, Lewis Capaldi being Scottish, and he was in the London. So I mean, come on, WWE, you've got him at the wrong show. He should have been on Glasgow, and you've got this guy now who's I think the UFC fighter's from Wales. What the flip? Where's the English? Where's Danny Dyer? You could have got Danny Dyer, right? I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so pretty poor on the celebrity front. The London show has a Scottish guy when he should have been at Glasgow. Yeah, this is an epic fail, by the way. But anyway, I digress. Bye for now.